All right, how are things coming along on your side? Hopefully you're doing okay on your side. Now, if you've scrolled past the hero section into the dog's breakfast, things get pretty wild and crazy in the next section, the introducing section, as I call it. There's a set of 3 graphics there that have really become a mess there. There's the header there as well. So it looks like a mess, but again, a couple of CSS properties in place, a new compound rule that we're going to go and create, and everything's going to be just fine. So again, I think a lot of this process of building a responsive design is, well, a lot of it's trial and error, but a lot of it's simply knowing what to change and understanding this cascading effect of CSS and how the previous rules are impacting the current layout and what to do about it. Okay, so let's get to work here. Back inside of our code, I'm going to go after the introducing div itself first. And what I want to do is I want to adjust his padding top. I'm going to go padding hyphen top, full colon space 10 pixels. Now, again, public service announcement / reminder. What we're doing here is we're interrupting or overriding the padding top that's coming off of the previous occurrence or the previous instance of introducing. So we're replacing 90 pixels with just 10 pixels for our medium resolution layout. Okay? And I'm going to go ahead and save up my work, and I think we're going to start to really see a difference happening here inside of our that center dog's breakfast section. So there we go. There's a change on the space above the introducing Go Designer heading, which is great. You can see the graphics are starting to fall in line, but we've got to do some work on these guys as well. So give me a moment here. We're going to do more overriding. Head back into your medium resolution media query and look for intro box 1, if you would. This is the class that controls the first graphic, okay? And what we're going to do with this guy is we're going to set his width, and we're going to set his width to 33%. Perhaps you get the idea of where I'm headed here. 33% is going to wind up being used for all 3 graphics, and they should all fall onto the exact same line, all lined up horizontally beside one another, okay? So I'm overriding the width there. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to override the margin left on this fella as well. I'm going to set margin left to 0 pixels, okay? Now, as a matter of fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take what I've done here for intro box 1, and I'm going to copy it and paste it down for intro box 2 and also for intro box 3. So again, these new settings are overriding the high resolution media queries intro box rules, widths, and margin left settings. Again, it's all about the cascading effect of CSS. Save up your work and refresh Screenfly, and you'll see what I mean here. If I scroll down just a little bit, there we go. There's our 3 graphics all lined up horizontally on the same row, which is great. All right. Now, we could leave this section as is. Perhaps you're happy with the section as is, other than the minty green temporary background color. That's that 20% background that we set on the container. Get rid of that in just a little while. We could leave everything else as is, which would be just fine, but I think I'm going to push it a little bit further. I want to adjust the size of these 3 graphics, and I'm going to do so by creating a new rule, a compound rule, that's going to control these 3 images, okay? So give me a moment. I'm going to head back over to my external style sheet, still inside the medium resolution media query. And then just underneath intro box 3, this is where I'm going to go and create this new compound rule. Here's what it's going to look like. Intro box, make sure my capitalization is right there. Intro capital B box 1 space IMG, comma space. And then what I'll do is I'll simply grab all of this and copy and paste it out. Get my mouse to cooperate with me. There we go. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to wind up stacking these guys. I'm going to go intro box 1 image, intro box 2 image, intro box 3 image. Where have we seen this before, where we're controlling images inside of divs? Well, we've seen it with the iPad. We saw it with the logo. We saw it with the button inside the header, right? So you probably know the drill here already. We're going to control the width of these guys. I'm going to set the width to 100%. And again, all of this is optional. I thought I would just kind of take it the extra mile here. So we have 3 rules all combined into a single CSS declaration, if you will. Go ahead and save up your work. Back to your browser or your device or Screenfly and refresh. And now we have something like this happening. So the three graphics are all still sitting on the same line, horizontally lined up. They're just shrunk down just a little bit. Okay? So there you go. There's our introducing section.